All right, Dommy, so here we go. This is it. We're going to find out who's moving forward into that final. Vipers, Windor DC, Team Aspire, Windor GB. And as we know, anybody can get themselves up there. Anybody can take this championship.
The teams are getting ready in the antechamber. The judges are making their way back to their seats.
Do we know what the draw is? We got that in the front. We'll figure it out as we see it. Anyway, Aspire and GB are going to be the first ones to go. It's the semi-battle finals in the speed. From the United States, from Chicago, I fly Naperville. That's where they're out in the summer, in the winter time, based out here in Europe, in France actually, not far from where we were a couple of weeks ago. Bit of skiing going on, bit of speed riding going on, bit of French cuisine, bit of learning French as well.
Lots of pressure for those kids. They are in the semi-finals. They have made it to the top 4 out of 19 teams with an incredibly high level. And they are definitely champion material, those two.
For sure, eh? This is it. The world's watching. The eyes of the audience at the tunnel are watching. And they're in.
With a head-up in-face snake, a butterfly, and a head-down shuffler. This is going to be a fast round, Regan.
Where can one of these 4 teams take it? What can they do? I mean, obviously fly faster, but where's the bits? I mean, where's the bits that can shave something off?
Well, it's basically having the shortest trajectory possible, and also the most energy in your transition, in your rotation.
That's what's going to make the difference, isn't it, between these 4 teams? Yeah. 42 seconds coming up.
Getting towards the end of their routine, the final butterfly here. Into the last head-down shuffler. They are down with the round, going into the compulsory exit here, back on their feet and out. Just under 1 minute, 59 seconds to 54.
2:54, just writing that down. So the target has been set. Everybody knows what they have to do now. Less than a minute, keep it clean.
Pressure is on for the Windor GB.
Just while we're waiting, just tell me the start, but I just want to read that 1800 into the Freestyle Junior, 1851 solo speed, 2011 Freestyle Junior, 2023 4 speed, 2025 4 speed, 2048 4 speed doing.
Time to beat 59.254. And the boys know they have to keep it clean. The Aspire team just flew a clean round, very fast as they're known for, so no room for error here.
It just looks like we're using more tunnel right now than what we just seen from Aspire. Smaller people, I suppose, makes a difference.
It's also a visual impression for sure. The Aspire being way smaller, seems like the tunnel looks bigger.
Yeah.
But you can be sure that this team is also trying to keep it as close to the line as possible. All right, getting to the final page on the 42-second mark.
For moving forward, 59.2 it is, Dommy to beat.
Less than 10 seconds for the boys.
59.2, are they going to get out? Oh, a penalty.
And a sideline bust here. The raw score would not have been enough anyway with a 60-second raw score, with the bust 65.360. Unless there's a judging review, that would put Team Aspire on the lead for this first round. Coach and Dad, Mike Wittenberg, talking to the team right now.
If there's any consolation at all, Dommy, like you said, the raw score wasn't enough. 60.360 against 59.250, but then we had that 5-second penalty to make the difference. So while we're just waiting for that, I'm just going to carry on what I was saying there about the plan of action for the rest of the day. 2048 is the 4-speed finals, 2026 two-way dynamic, 2028 two-way dynamic, 2054 two-way, taking us through to the end. Wow. So.
All right, the second round here with the head down in face snake. into a bottom loop 360, into the head down circle, another really fast draw. So that's something that's not going to apply for the Win Games because this is an unofficial competition, a private competition, but something was just introduced at the last IPC in Sofia, a world record in competition for the dynamic two-way and four-way in the fastest round. So just like in FS, the fastest team overall in the competition is going to be a world record holder. Of course, the draw is going to make a big difference.
Yeah.
If you have a fast draw, you have a better chance of getting this, I guess, just as in FS.
Yes.
Oh, and that's an incredible
Oh.
time. 52.075. 52, Regan. 52 seconds from the Aspire team.
That caught us by surprise. We weren't even ready for them finishing, were we?
That is definitely going to put some pressure on Windor GB. They know that this is an incredibly fast time.
All
Yeah,
right.
you can see it on Josh's face. That's going to be a tough one. But I'm pretty sure, knowing those guys, that they're going to give it all.
Josh, his face told a picture there. Great competitors, these guys, Josh and Luke. Nice, calm smile. From Luke Warren, 24. Josh O'Donoghue, 25.
Ish. Plus bust.
Plus VAT.
Just add a bust to Josh's age and you'll be about right.
52.075. Talking of world records, what's the fastest you saw? Can you remember what the fastest you've seen somebody fly a two-way routine?
No idea, but it's definitely on the low 50s. I haven't seen anybody pass the 50-second
Have we
mark
seen
yet.
anybody 48s or?
No, and honestly, that draw is one of the fastest that you can possibly have.
Yeah.
So this 52.075 from Aspire has to be up there in the fastest round ever flown.
Interesting to keep our eyes on that as we go into more events in the future. Is anybody going to get down below 50 seconds for a two-way dynamic round? Judges are just reviewing, Dommy, I've been told.
Okay, so that's going to be a little bit of a delay for those guys to go and fly. That means that one of those two rounds that we just saw, which were both, which was a clean round, might have a bust added to that. So let's stay put and see what happens.
How will we get that information? Will somebody let us know?
Hopefully, or we'll just have to look at the numbers.
We've been getting good communication through our own channels here in the studio with our messaging system. So hopefully, if there is any adages or any bus to be put on there, we should find out in the studio more or less as it happens. But at the moment, the big story is Aspire have just really thrown down a massive challenge, Dommy.
Yeah, with the 52 seconds 075, they are being reviewed right now. So if we see a final scores on the result of 57, then we will know that the bus was headed to that.
And they're in. Windor GB. Twenty-eight, 9, 30 seconds now. Dommy.
It's looking pretty good. They are keeping it clean. It seems like they're flying it a little bit wider than we just saw from Team Aspire. Ooh, a bit of a hesitation here from picking it back up, but that might cost them half a second here.
People are screaming, get out, get out, get out. Look at the time. Dommy.
51.540. That is a faster score.
What have we just seen? The Aspire put down a 52.075. Josh looked over at Luke as if to say, well, I mean...
I believe that we're about to go on the tiebreaker, Regan. Because unless some of the review make a difference, Aspire seems like they have taken the first round. And as far as raw scores go, GB had taken the second round. If anything, a bust might be headed to Aspire, but that wouldn't make a difference because the raw score was faster for GB. So if our understanding is correct, Aspire takes the first one.
What a story. Josh
Windor
can't
might
believe
take the
it.
second one. They are going to have to go back in there and battling it off.
Wow.
Yes, the first round is going for Aspire. That
As we
green
thought.
light
Yeah.
is giving it this round.
That was like 6 seconds faster because we had the bust for the Windor team. Now.
Second round is for Windor. So
Josh
they
is-
are going back in there.
Wow, what a story, Dommy. When we saw Aspire come through with that 52, Josh looked over at Luke with his eyebrows raised and said to say, wow, we've got a big task ahead of us, you know.
And
They did
they
it.
rose up to the challenge. So here they are looking at the draw on the board for the tiebreaker. I can see a classic and a head-up shuffler. I can quite see the first move here.
Not only did GB
A head-down mixed snake, a classic and a head-up shuffler. That's not going to be a really fast draw.
So not only did Luke and Josh beat Aspire, it was over half a second faster.
Yes, that was really impressive.
All right, game on now for the first place in the final. It's head-to-head. It's all down to this.
Yeah, it's all come down to that battle. The two that we just saw, the play it clean. They're starting back from scratch. The place in the final is going to be decided on this very round. Pressure is on, definitely intense for those young competitors. They've proven themselves really strong in the past. They know they can do it.
Wow, it's a lot to cope with for anybody. Well, here we go, game on.
All right, the head down mixed snake. Nicely done on the classic here. Good transition for the head up shuffler.
Mm-hmm. 29 seconds now, 30, Domi.
Finishing up this second page with the head up shuffler. One more page to go on the 40-second mark.
Remember, we're looking for a place in the final. This fight is going to tell us who moves forward into the final to be either Vipers or DC.
All right, they are down, back on their head, across the tunnel and out. Clean round, raw score of 66.271.
66.271. Right, so one more fight, one more time for the Windor GB boys, Josh O'Donoghue and Luke Warren for a place in that final. This is it.
That's every time we're getting close to the finals and the teams are so close to another, I am not lying, my heartbeat is racing. I feel like by empathy, I'm in with those guys.
Our director's just throwing himself down onto the sofa. He can't bear to watch. Wow.
So much pressure on those guys. Oh, keeping it really tight here on the ring, really not wasting any centimeters. They want to watch that though, because a single bust and that's going to be over for them. So they need to keep it clean, but they also need to go as fast as they can because the Aspire team had just set the bar really high. Ooh. Flyer number one, slightly ahead of flyer number two. Picking it back up here on the vertical. Going into their second mixer here. All right, finishing up the second page on the 42-second mark. Very similar time than the Aspire.
66.2, Domi.
Really close off the ring here. One hand that almost go through it. That was really close.
10
Megan.
seconds. 66.2 for a place in the final is what they've got to beat. They've got to get out the door. A little bit of a clash. Are they going to do it? Oh, 66.2.
65.8.
Oh.
They are taking that round. Oh my God, that was so close.
Look at them there. They can't believe the pressure has been released into the final. One of the teams from this tunnel has made it through. Windor GB in the
Josh
final.
saying, keep calm, let's make sure it's all good with the judges.
Yeah, exactly.
They know the drill, a review can happen, but wow, that was intense.
Whew. Look at Luke.
I feel the same way. I didn't even fly.
He's peeking from that. 66.271 against 65.873 is what we are reading here. They'll come back into the chamber with the win girl for the official result. Dominic. So we need to get this official decision of who is in the final.
Seems like the judges are looking at their screen. They're asking for a slow motion, so there's going to be a review for this.
It's tense, sportive action here in Ampura Brava in Spain. The last day of this three-day event, the fifth issue of Win Games.
This is a very important round, Regan. That's going to determine who's going to go into the final. So it's very, very important that the judgment is spot on. That's why they are making a quick review here, taking advantage of this really good review system that they have with the possibility of going slow motion, frame by frame.
The fate awaits. Singapore team or just giving the thumbs up to Kaylee, say, you okay? She's fine. It's emotion of competition. That's why we compete. Josh and Luke.
They're questioning now if they maybe had a bust.
Oh, the elation as they come through on the floor together, pounding into the floor. Now switches down to tense, nervous, waiting for a result. It's still not decided.
Yeah, it's gonna take a little bit. You don't want to rush that decision because the stakes is a place in the finals, and you really want to make sure that the team that moves up deserves it.
As it stands right now, there's 0.04 of a second separating these two teams in this tiebreaker, in this battle-off, as we like to call it. Oh, full house here at the tunnel. The big entourage from iFly Singapore on your right-hand side of the picture. Hello, everybody down there in those red hoodies. Give us a wave. Hi, guys. Yeah.
The Singapore crew rocking up inside and outside the tunnel.
Wow. I can't cope with this stress. I can't cope with this pressure. It's incredible, Dommy. Right. No, we thought we were being asked to move our way inside for the result. Oh, here it is then. This is it.
All right, the final decision has been made. The reviews have been made. What a suspense, Regan. Who is it going to go to? Who is going to go into the final? Is it going to be Team Aspire or Windor? Windor GB is moving to the final. Aspire is going to go battling up for a third place and a spot on the podium.
Heartbreaking for the Wittenbergs, but joyous emotion for the team from here, for Windor and the owner of Win Games. They move three for one spot in the final. Is it possible that we could have a Windor against Windor final? We'll find out very shortly as DC battle the Vipers. Wow, Dommy.